It's Europe in late 1500s. The church ruled not just faith but truth itself. To question it was to risk death. And one man did more than question it. He shattered the universe. Giordano Bruno was born in 1548 in Italy and entered the Dominican order as a monk. Brilliant, restless, and dangerously curious, he absorbed philosophy, theology, and science. But Bruno wasn't content with the repeating scripture. He wanted to rethink existence itself. At a time when the church still defended a closed, earth-centered cosmos, Bruno embraced Copernicus' heliocentric theory. But he did not just stop there. He proposed something far more radical: that the universe was infinite, that stars were distant suns, that countless worlds could exist, possibly with life. This wasn't just astronomy, it threatened the entire Christian worldview. Because if Earth wasn't the center, if humans weren't uniquely placed by God, then what happened to salvation, heaven, divine order? Bruno's ideas went even further. He rejected key church doctrines: the Trinity, the transubstantiation, and the divinity of Christ as defined by Catholic theology. He leaned toward a mystical philosophy where God existed within nature itself. To church authorities, Bruno wasn't just a scientist, he was a heretic, reshaping religion itself. For years, he wandered across Europe, teaching, debating, publishing. But in 1592, a Venetian nobleman he had been teaching betrayed him to the Inquisition. Bruno was arrested. What followed was not a quick trial, but 8 years of imprisonment and interrogation. He was transferred to Rome, where the Roman Inquisition, overseen by powerful figures including Cardinal Robert Bellarmine, examined his writings line by line. They offered him chances to recant, again and again and again, but Bruno refused to fully submit. Finally, in January 1600, Pope Clement VIII approved the verdict: heretic, unrepentant, condemned to death. On 17 February 1600, in Rome's Campo di Fiori Square, Bruno was led to the stake. His tongue was reportedly bound so he could not speak to the crowd. He was stripped, tied to the post, and burned alive. Witnesses later wrote that he faced death calmly, and is said to have told his judges, "You may pronounce this sentence with greater fear than I receive it." But Bruno's death did not silence his ideas. Over time, the church's authority over science weakened. Galileo would soon face trial. Then Newton would reshape physics. And centuries later, Bruno would be remembered not as a heretic but as a visionary. Today, a statue of Giordano Bruno stands in Campo di Fiori, placed there in 1889, staring toward the Vatican, a symbol of free thought against imposed truth. Because sometimes the most dangerous idea is simply asking how big the universe really is. If history's darkest trials fascinate you, follow this channel, because the past still burns on this day.